All right, think about this for a second. What if one single app on your phone wasn't just for messaging friends, but it was also your wallet, your storefront, your doctor's office, even your bus pass? Well, that's what we're digging into today. The absolutely insane power of WeChat. This thing has become the digital backbone for an entire economy. Seriously, it's not just an app, it's more like a force of nature.
So, how did this whole thing even get started? Well, it all goes back to a really simple but, super profound question from Tencent's own CEO, Pony Ma. The question you're looking at right now, that's it. That's the key that unlocks this entire vision. It's basically the spark that lit the whole fire.
Okay, so let's put this in perspective. Think about the massive game changers in human history, right? You've got steam power, you've got electricity, and then the whole IT revolution. Well, for Pony Ma, this idea of Internet Plus, it's not just some corporate buzzword. He sees it as the fourth great industrial force. I mean, that's a huge claim, right? He's basically saying this is a power so big, it can fundamentally reshape how society works. So what is this new force exactly? Well, he calls it connectivity. And it's pretty simple, really. It's all about taking all these separate, isolated bits of our world, people, businesses, services, and weaving them all together into one massive interconnected network. Before this, you had the internet over here and traditional industry way over there, like two parallel lines that never met. Connectivity is the force that finally brings them together. Okay, so that's the big, grand idea. But how does it actually work in the real world? Well, according to Zhang Rumain, who's the CEO of the appliance giant Haier, this new force doesn't just, tweak the old rules of business. No, it completely shatters three core pillars that have been the foundation of industry for like 100 years. All right, number one, the whole one-size-fits-all idea, it's over. It's dead. The old way of doing things, Henry Ford's famous line, you can have any color you want as long as it's black. That was the golden rule. But the internet just blew that wide open. Now what people want is super fragmented, it's personal. And that forces a huge shift from mass production over to mass customization. Next up, number two, we're moving away from a product-focused economy to an experience economy. In the old days, the business was the center of the universe, and customers just kind of passively took whatever they were given. But now, the user, you, are at the absolute center of everything. You're not just a consumer anymore. You're an active participant, a co-creator in the whole experience. And this brings us to the third and honestly, maybe the biggest shift of all. The old school model, built on Adam Smith's whole division of labor thing, it created these closed-off, top-down companies, little silos. But today, a business just can't survive as an island anymore. It has to become an interconnected node in this huge, sprawling, distributed network. Okay. So that's all the big picture corporate giant stuff. But here's where it gets really revolutionary. It's how this power trickles all the way down to empower just one single person. This isn't just a game for giants like Haier. This is for the little guy, the grassroots entrepreneur. For literally centuries, if you wanted to succeed in business, it all came down to one thing. Location, 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 right? Didn't matter if it was a physical shop on a busy corner or a website with tons of traffic. You had to pay a ton of money just for a good spot so people could find you. It was like a curse you couldn't escape. But now, social networks just completely shatter that rule. Get this story. There's this farmer. He's about to lose everything. He's got 6,000 pounds of persimmons that are about to go bad. So a university student hears about this and does something incredibly simple. He just creates a product link on his little mobile store and shares it with his friends on WeChat, basically saying, hey, can anyone help? And the story just explodes. In just 2 days, all 6,000 pounds are sold. Now stop and think about that. Zero money spent on location, zero advertising budget. All of it was just powered by trust within a social network. Okay, so that's an amazing story about one person. Now let's zoom back out and see how these same ideas are totally transforming everyday physical spaces. We're talking about turning boring, mundane stuff into these dynamic, connected experiences. Like, take a simple concert poster. It used to be just, ink on paper, totally static. But now you slap a QR code on it and boom, it's completely transformed. All of a sudden, that poster is a ticket booth. It's a way for you to share it with your friends, and it's a data gathering machine all at the same time. Or how about this? A cafe called the Wild Beast Garden Cafe. They've pretty much gotten rid of their cash register entirely. You just sit down, scan a QR code on your table, and you can order and pay right there.
I mean, think about it. That cuts down on labor costs, speeds everything up, and this is the really key part. It builds a direct line of communication, a marketing channel, to every single person who walks in the door. And it's not just private businesses. This stuff is transforming public spaces too. I mean, a bus station, right? It's usually a place you can't wait to get out of. But now it can become a business hub. The Guangzhou East Station, for example, they don't just sell you a bus ticket. They can offer you entire tourism packages right there on your phone. It turns a boring old bus station into this gateway for new experiences. But maybe the most brilliant example of all is how this system can take a place we all absolutely hate, the parking garage, and turn it into an unexpected gold mine. Okay, let's really break this down. The before column, we've all lived this nightmare, right? Driving in circles, forgetting where you parked, waiting in a huge line just to pay. The after column is like a dream come true. You pay instantly on your phone, and an app shows you exactly where your car is. But here's the real genius. Look at those last two rows. What used to be just an anonymous car is now a profiled user. The mall suddenly knows what kind of car you drive, how often you visit, and just like that, a dumb parking garage transforms from a money pit into a powerful marketing engine for the entire mall.
So all of this, it brings us to the final and I think maybe the most important idea of all. See, WeChat's ultimate goal was never to build everything themselves. No, their vision was way, way bigger than that.
So inside Tencent, they have this metaphor they use. They talk about building a forest. And their job isn't to go out and plant every single tree. No, their job is to provide the fundamentals. The rich soil, the rain, the sunlight. They just create the perfect environment so that this massive, diverse ecosystem of other businesses can sprout up and grow all on their own. And this is their core philosophy right here. It's not about control, it's all about empowerment. The whole idea is to build this powerful open system, but, and this is crucial, to make the barrier to entry incredibly low. So low that that student with the persimmons can jump in and have a real shot. They give everyone the tools, they offer support, and then they just step back and let the forest do its thing.
And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. This is a complete reimagining of what a tech giant is supposed to be. I mean, Pony Ma himself said it best, Tencent only has half a life. The other half relies on our partners. It's a huge shift, right? It's moving away from building an empire for yourself to creating a world where other people can build their own. Which kind of leaves us with one last big question to chew on. We've seen how this force of connectivity can totally change the game for everything from a single farmer to a massive shopping mall. But what happens when that connectivity becomes as basic, as fundamental as electricity? The possibilities are just starting to open up. And what grows next in that forest? Well, that's anyone's guess.